Hello, this is Professor and Counselor Rob Alexander, and today I'm going to lecture on Chapter 9. Step up your career, step up your game. Right? What does that mean? All right, let's go ahead and launch into it. So, again, always remind you as I'm talking, you're taking notes so you can refer back to it and answer the skill check questions embedded in Canvas. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, chapter 9, stepping up your career. So, the learning objectives is to make a stellar impression, know how to advance in the workplace, manage job changes, stress, and life balance, understand the importance of lifelong learning and goal setting and reaching the next level. So, one of the best ways to thrive in the workplace is to learn the company culture, right? So, the company culture includes the norms, customs, attitudes, values, and ways of operating. Culture is something that is not stated overtly in the employee handbook, but something you can figure out by paying attention. People like to surround themselves with like minded individuals. To blend in, you can listen for the cues and follow suit without changing who you are. Use good interpersonal communication skills, even following another person's body language, contributing to bonding and fitting in. They may not know why they like you, but you will be forming that good first impression. Maybe tell a good joke or just being personable. Once they like you, forming that good first impression, that is hard to change. So, making a professional impression, having a positive attitude, project professionalism, smile and shake hands, take initiative, show confidence, be an active listener, use names, right? Using names shows that you're paying attention and you're getting interested in who they are, which stands out. Now, while etiquette is defined as using social convention and good manners, netiquette connects the internet with etiquette. So, netiquette means using manners, civility, and general rules of respectability communication online, right? So, that could be like not posting raunchy pictures or not saying anything off color that's going to offend anybody that's different than you, right? So, the workplace is different than your personal email account. There's certain expectations written and assumed regarding your company email. First and foremost, your work email account should be used for only work-related emails. Don't use it for personal things. Don't use it on dating websites. Don't use it for social media. While some companies allow employees to use their work account for personal emails, it is a good idea to keep the separate personal account and use that for emailing friends and family, right? So, suggestions for professional email correspondence: check your email several times a day. Answer promptly within 24 hours or less. Acknowledge email and text messages you received. Make a clear subject line. Never write anything you don't want published. Use professional verbiage. Keep emails brief and clear. Spell and grammar check each email you send. Do not yell. Use punctuation properly. Use names. Save your email. Find out policy on auto forwarding. All right, because each company is different. Now, make sure that you wow them from the beginning, right? There are many things you can do to add value to your organization and professional image. One way to do this is to give more than you get. When you enter your profession and focus on delivering high quality service, whatever that may be, you will prosper. This is true even if you are in a bad situation. You will develop a reputation that will take on a life of its own. People change jobs all the time, and you may be recruited at some point due to your great reputation. When you are starting a new position, it is difficult to take total control over your time when it does not belong to you, right? Because you're on that 9 to 5 or whatever the company's hours require for you to be there. It belongs to your boss and the company. This section is about finding ways to get more power over your schedule. The following practices will help you grow your career. The 5-minute rule is that when you have that few extra minutes between scheduled events, you have time. This small amount of time is an opportunity to get work done on your to-do list that does not require a large time commitment. Look at your to-do list and find one of the tasks that you could work on for a few minutes. For example, make a short phone call or send an email, right? So energy management is consciously choosing how to use your energy, allowing you to be efficient and effective. Energy management is probably more important than time management because if you have energy, you can be efficient and effective. And focusing only on time management, you might have the time, but you might not be very effective because you don't have the energy. So to use this tool well, you need to know yourself well. Pay attention to your energy levels for different tasks. For example, you decide to use the first 30 minutes of the workday to take care of the top priority email and plan your to-do list. Next, you allocate 90 minutes for a project that needs your focus and concentration, right? So you might not be able to pull off a perfect priority system, but what sometimes happens is that you get so pulled into daily emergencies and busy work, we never do one thing towards achieving our overall career goals. Revisit your career goals daily and make a concerted effort to do one thing that takes you closer to them. Add this to your to-do list. For instance, you can research seminars you want to attend, call your mentor to have lunch in order to discuss your next promotion, or contact the university to register for classes that you have been meaning to take. Navigating office politics. Those who think they will avoid office politics may find themselves without a job. So just as who you know is important in landing a job is equally important on the job. Those who think they will avoid office politics may find themselves without a job. So navigating office politics successfully will allow you to advance in your career while maintaining your integrity. Learn to connect with others, listen, and make time for networking in your office. You do this by learning the culture and the personality of the office and letting your best self shine. So moving forward through performance appraisals, all right? So every company has its own type of appraisal system. Depending on the organization, the reviews occur at different time increments. Common time frames include the 3-month review, the 6-month review, the 9-month review, and the annual review. That's yearly. So sometimes companies will conduct several reviews the first year and then only a 6-month review and the annual review for subsequent years. The goals of performance evaluation is to identify the employee's strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for growth in the company, as well as establishing goals for the next year or the next time frame. They are also used to determine raises and promotions. So tips to move ahead through appraisals. All right. Number one, take the performance review seriously. Prepare for the performance appraisal. Review and reflect. Request clarification if any goal or commitment in your review is not clear to you. Acknowledge areas you can improve. Don't assume your supervisor is documenting your success. Highlight and document your accomplishments. Keep a file updated with your successes. Tips to move ahead through appraisals. Find ways to document your job knowledge, staff relations, client relations, dependability, and job production, including any way you contribute to the organization. Keep track of the criteria that your company uses so you know that you are meeting and exceeding expectations. Don't bring your personal problems to the table. Only bring a list of why you deserve a raise or promotion. If your employers don't use performance reviews, ask your supervisor if you can meet to discuss how you'll be evaluated. Be sure you understand what success looks like, as well as things your boss wants you to avoid. Ask if you can meet on a regular basis to get informal verbal feedback on your performance. All right. So managing and advancing a small business. Okay. Number one, make sure you visit www.irs.gov and apply for your employer ID. Find system for organizing your finances. You might consider QuickBooks, accounting software, hiring out into an accounting firm, or developing your own system. Consider asking your mentor or others in your field how they manage the business side of their personal business. Get informed. The U.S. Small Business Administration has a website for professionals such as you. So visit www.sba.gov. Another great website for small business owners is entrepreneur.com. Learn how to market yourself and to attract clients. Consider joining the local Chamber of Commerce or other business networking organizations. Skill check 1. Job loss triage. So a triage, this is a process where ranking occurs in a crisis. Everything is handled in terms of importance or priority. For example, it is used in emergency medical situations where emergency workers assess and prioritize injuries. A job loss is also a crisis, and a priority plan is provided in this section in case you or someone you know needs it. Job loss triage involves using triage or prioritizing skills when downsizing or job loss occurs to ensure the situation becomes a temporary setback rather than a tragedy. This way, your recovery time should be reduced and you will restore balance back into your life more quickly. Priority plan of action, part 1. Before you leave, negotiate a severance package, register for unemployment, contact your creditors immediately, update your resume and references, target employment opportunities, firm up your network, temporarily cut expenses, and assess assets, increase your income. Priority plan of action, part 2. Know that it's a temporary setback. Use forward thinking. Actively seek support. Practice self-care. Treat your day as a work day. Headhunters in temporary positions will become vital. Learn what those are and where they're located. Learn more so you can earn more. Go back to school, take a night course, seek out your local career learning centers. Every degree adds value to your work. To dig a little bit deeper, going back to school or seeking out other learning opportunities. If you thought of racking up more student loans is counterintuitive to finding a job when income is scarce, think again, because you may be able to use financial aid to help pay your living expenses while you complete your schooling. Every degree adds value to your worth. The more money I made, the more degrees that I had in terms of my master's degree, I was able to get more job opportunities as a lecturer and as a counselor. So every degree adds value to your work. So even though you may not take more student loans, you should be worth more in the marketplace. Paying back financial aid is easier when you are substantially earning more. So if you're able to take some classes online, you can work and go to school. Another option to finance school and work is to find graduate programs that have assistantships or fellowships. Assistantships allow you to receive help with tuition and often a salary. So often career learning centers offer free or low-cost training. So many colleges and universities now offer free courses online through their websites. These massive open online courses, also known as MOOCs, you can find it at the website www.mooc-list.com. Cover a wide range of subjects, including computer programming, personal finance, business management, and entrepreneurship. Even if you do not earn a college credit for taking some of these courses, you can develop your skills and include coursework you've taken and skills you have developed on your resume. To find online courses that might interest you, search the keywords free online courses using your favorite search engine. As an employee, you are protected by federal law, so you have to know your rights. Okay? You're protected against employment discrimination based on your race, color, religion, sex, including pregnancy, national origin, age, if you're over 40 years old, disability, or genetic information, and you are protected against harassment by managers, co-workers, or others you work with based on those same things. The law also protects you against retaliation if you complain about job discrimination or assist with job discrimination investigation or a lawsuit. These rights are enforced by the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, also known as the EEOC. If you feel you have been fired or harassed for a reason that's protected by the EEOC, contact the agency immediately to see if you qualify for assistance. You can learn more about the EEOC website at www.eeoc.gov. Okay, again, that's Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC. So know your rights, folks. Now, employees don't quit jobs, they quit bosses, right? So we talk about workplace mobbing, work victimization, workplace bullying, internal terrorists, toxic leaders, as well as non-discriminatory workplace harassment, general workplace harassment, status blind harassment, right? So status blind harassment is described as persistent, unfair, and irrational managing. This is not a trivial problem. In the United States, approximately 1 in 6 employers or 16.8% of workers are targets of status blind harassment. The majority of such harassment, 75 to 81%, is inflicted by a manager or a supervisor upon a subordinate. It usually includes isolating the victim employee, singling him or her out, and treating this person differently than other employees, using both covert and overt tactics. While shouting or verbal abuse may occur, such behavior is often discouraged and too easily recognized. So more often than not, the harassing supervisor employs tactics such as distorted or fabricated allegations, writing up the worker for poor performance, and giving low scores on performance evaluation over a long period of time. They also use subtle forms of harassment, such as depriving the worker of responsibilities, burdening the worker with unreasonable amount of work, excessive monitoring of the employee's work product, and leaving the employee out of group emails or other forms of communication. Workplace bullies. Destructive discharge, a termination of employment brought about by making the employee's working conditions so intolerable that the employee feels compelled to leave. A few suggestions, if in this type of situation, is save all emails, right? Because those leave a paper trail and you can provide proof. Document harassment situations, avoid contact as much as possible, and document all your work. This is your paper trail. Workplace burnout. This means where Americans are working longer hours and taking less vacation. Common signs of burnout include changes in sleep habits, impatience with family and coworkers, cynicism, loss of sense of humor, plagued by chronic headaches, backaches, or stomach trouble, emotionally drained. Career life balance. Take good care of yourself so that you avoid burnout. Let the following tips assist you. Make time to play. Use your annual leave/vacation time. Exercise. Go to the doctor for annual checkups. Keep your spiritual and social life. Volunteer, sleep, and rest, right? We need that 7 to 8 hours. Eat well and drink lots of water. Self-care, right? Career and life balance is so essential. Self-check. Number 2, we are approaching the chapter summary. Okay, so when we talk about lifelong learning and goal setting, while you're growing your career, you also need to take good care of yourself so that you avoid burnout. So remember, this is a journey like a marathon. It's not a sprint. You need to know your body's rhythm for work and play and how to fill your energy reserves when they are low or depleted. So if you know that you're a night owl, for example, waking up early to meditate or work out might be counterproductive to your natural rhythm or what works best for you. I'm a morning person, so I got to get my important stuff done, checking the important emails. Completing important tasks has to happen for me, before 11 a.m., right? So let the following tips assist you. Make time to play. This includes spending time with family, friends, pets, and your hobbies. Use your annual leave vacation time and use it well. Rest, play, take vacations, okay? It's also important to exercise. See if your workplace has reduced membership at the local gym, the 24-hour fitness, YMCA, Planet Fitness. If not, consider joining anyway and use this time to network, socialize, and just plain exercise. Whether you walk or lift weights does not matter. Just make time to move your body. Walk at work, during breaks, or on lunch. Okay? Make sure you have a mentor, professional growth, and lifelong learning opportunities. They'll have workshops within your job. That can also be forms of self-care. Okay, use the power of visualization tool. Visualization. Use your mind to form pictures of your goals, forward thinking, expanding your toolbox. All right, we have all these things at our disposal. So your chapter summary, okay, just in conclusion, knowing the principles and practices of highly successful people. You might want to research this. They have Steve Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He also wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective Students that you may want to check out, right? Empower yourself when things get off course. Know the direction you want to go in your career and know what tools are needed to get you there faster. When you set new goals in your career and use constructive self-talk, forward thinking, and energy management strategies, you give yourself an edge in the marketplace, right? So just knowing these and always reminding yourself of your goals, that positive self-talk that we talked about in chapter 2, forward thinking, these are all designed to keep you motivated in the workplace. I hope you learned a lot from chapter 4. I hope you learned as much as I did. Every time I get a chance to review chapter 4, I learn new things. I have new tools for my work toolbox. I try to avoid burnout. I try to pay attention to the cues that are happening within my career and when I need to either scale up or scale back. So hopefully you were able to take notes, and you remember you can always refer to those notes when you are answering the questions on Canvas. Again, I'm Professor Rob Alexander signing off. See you soon.